We're going to be tying a bear's paw. Bear's paw is the first fly I ever saw tied, and the first fly I ever tied. It's a very simple fly. It's kind of a takeoff, or it could be the forerunner to a renegade. It's a little bit more of a somber pattern. I have pinched the barb. I have dressed a hook. I'm going to tie in a grizzly hackle. This will be dry fly quality hackle. And I'm going to take, a few wraps, 3 or 4 or 5. Just depends on how it all falls together. Tie that off. And I'll get rid of that excess material. Save that for the next fly. Now I'm going to come about to the center of the hook, and I'm going to take 3 or 4 strands of peacock curl. Peacock curl, good peacock curl, is kind of hard to get anymore. It's just almost non-existent. But we'll see what happens with this. I always tie peacock curl in by the tip. That's where the best material is. If you get down too far on the stem, then it's just all stem. You don't have any of the hurl. I'm going to wrap this around the tying thread, making a little peacock rope, if you will. And now I'm starting wrapping right in the middle, but I'm going to the rear. What that does, it gives me a bit of a tapered body. It's going to be a little bit larger in the center and then taper down on each end. We'll go ahead and tie this peacock off. I'll get rid of that excess. And then it has a grizzly hackle also in the front. Much more of a somber pattern. I was fishing with a guy on the Clark Fork, and the blue wing olive hatch started, and so I put down my nymph and tied on what I thought would be a good imitation of a blue wing olive, and I caught a few, but Dave was in those fish constantly, and I finally hollered, "What in the world are you using a bear's paw?" I didn't know anybody knew about the bear's paw. I mean, it's been a long time since anything has been written about that fly. It was in my original book that the Tribune put out, but I hadn't used it for a long time. But needless to say, I now have some tied up in my box. I'll put a small whip finish on it, get rid of that tying thread, and there's a bear's paw.